Hey everybody, my name is Josh Flores and I'm the Director of Secondary English Language Arts here in the Office of Instruction at the Oklahoma State Department of Education. And today, we're taking PD on Your Plan back into another great Oklahoma teacher's classroom to watch a reading strategy to help increase students' fluency and comprehension. It's called repeated reading, and you're going to see an expert demonstrate it today. Her name is Kathy Prosser, and we're going to her school, Jefferson Middle School, here in Oklahoma City. But before we get to that, I want you to look for three key things, or at least these are the critical things that I thought were very interesting when I watched the classroom and had the pleasure of going in there. First off, she does an expert job of demonstrating teacher as facilitator. Not necessarily direct instruction, but it's putting more of the responsibility on the students and you're just facilitating the learning. And there's a lot of, well for me, when I was trying to do that, there was a lot of growing pains. For me, I felt like I was losing a lot of control, but she does a very good job of it where it's still managing the class and the classroom and helping the students grow. One of the things she does for this to help students manage what they're doing and track their growth is actually having the students track their growth, their personal growth as it pertains to fluency and reading comprehension, and you'll see how that's done today. But I love this idea of putting more responsibility for the learning back in the hands of the students. It's interesting, and you know, when you get the hang of it, I feel like it's actually less work on you as the teacher too. You just facilitate really great learning opportunities for them, and then they, hopefully, because you spend all the time engaging them with great learning opportunities, they will have greater growth in learning because more responsibility is on their plate, ideally. So, and then of course the last thing, asking good questions. This is where the comprehension aspect of this activity today comes in at the end, where students aren't answering questions that Ms. Prosser gives them, but they're coming up with their own questions. It could be questions that they actually know the answer to because they're very smart, but it's just the practice of asking questions that they're getting accustomed to. I kind of attribute it to like taking the escalator or elevator versus taking the stairs every day. You know, it's healthy to take the stairs every day if you can. So if you're asking questions, that's taking the stairs. But if you're just answering questions, you know, at the end of the book every single day, that's more like taking the escalator all the time and just, you know, being one of those people that stand in the middle. You never scoot over to the right so people can pass you on the left. I can't stand those people. Anyway, something to help with that, one of the best things to do is practice level questions, very concrete, and I'll include my handout for that on the website. I'll give you just a basic overview and hope we don't have to do a take two today because I'm not going to redraw all that. Level questions. Level questions. Okay, so level one questions are all about facts that you find within the text. And I call them the scratch and sniff because you can actually go into the text and find the answer by touching it and then scratching it, and you can sniff up the answer. And you don't want to sniff the whiteboard, of course, but if you tell students that, then they'll like sniff the text and it'll be really weird and you can make fun of them. But they're really just answers you can touch because you can point directly to the direct, explicit answer within the text. Level 2 questions. These are a bit more complex. These types of questions are implied, and students have to infer the answer by looking at all the details in front of them. So where they might pinpoint exact details that point to the answer of the questions, they might have to string together multiple details, almost like creating a math formula. Multiple details from different parts of the text or different texts, combine them for an implied answer, right? Pinpointing like different points of a story where a character's actions take place, and based on these characters' actions, what can they imply about that character, right? And then of course, level 3 questions are the most fun. They are relatively thematic in nature. They're very open-ended because you can point to universal themes found within the text or work and then have lots of open-ended discussion based on that type of question. Those are a lot of fun. Be warned, I mean, sometimes these are good questions to start, like the beginning of class before delving into a text, because you can almost answer an open-ended or thematic question when it's dealing with these universal archetypes without even having read the text, and then go back and connect it directly to details within the text later. So if you want to get more into it, check out the handout located at the bottom of the page. And of course, after watching Ms. Prosser, please share at the bottom in the comment box what are the 3 main takeaways that you pulled or you got from watching her teach. What are some good ideas? What reading strategies that you use and have great gains with in your classroom? And what strategies did you see her use that you want to use and experiment with in your own classroom? What adjustments might you make? Please give all those details in the comment box below so we can continue learning from each other, and that way we know that you're getting ideas and this is a viable program too. So without further ado, Miss Kathy Prosser.
Sounds like 8th graders. You guys getting cold? Now your leaders should have your story you're going to read. I want 2 of you to take the whole passage, the big print. Now, as you know, you have to always mark how much they have read, right? This little chart's going to make it a lot easier because it has the numbers down on the side. So what you're going to do is this, the same thing. You're going to listen, read along while your partners are reading. Whenever you're through, you're going to have these numbers to help you count. Story's out? Okay, you need your charts out, ready to graph it when we're through. Yes. Okay. Charts out, ready to graph. Okay, first reader. On your mark. Get set. Everybody's following, and go. Stop. Okay, underline that ending word, put a number 1 under it, and then swap it with your partner. Swap it. Okay, on your mark, get set, and go. Okay, this time, while you're reading, I want you to not work so much on speed. Some of you have your speed way up there now. We need to work on our inflections, okay? So be sure you're going up and down, making it sound good as well as fast. On your mark, get set, go. All right. Yes, we're ready? Okay, let's go. On your mark, set, go. Good. Okay. What makes a good question? Write that question down, and you can ask those questions of your partner, and they can answer. Separate sheet. On that sticky, so we can put it on the board to brag about it. What is a convenience food? Yes.
Like the market and stuff.
At the market. Like what kind of food at the market? Yes.
Fast food, like just like snacks or something.
Snacks.
Like McDonald's and Burger King.
What did you learn about today?
About comparing convenience foods with how farmers normally get their food from their crops and stuff.
What reading strategies did you use?
I just kind of like took notes.
Do you think it helps when you read out loud?
Yeah.
Today's lesson was about reading and see how good you were and how many words can you read in 1 minute.
Do you think that helps you?
Yes.
Why?
Because when you get older, you can learn how to talk better than stuttering and stuff like that.
Ms. Prosser seems pretty cool. Do you like your reading class? Tell me more about it.
We mostly just like, first we just come in, we write in our journals and take notes about what we read last night. And that's part of our, it's like 10% part of our works.
When you ask questions, it teaches you like what does the word mean and stuff like that.
Do you think this class is helping you?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Because it helps me in the future because I can learn how to read and stuff like that. So when I go to college, I will know.